Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you live from some random parking lot for another tier list video. Now, as you can tell by the title, is not going to be the usual tier list. We are not going to be, today we are not going to be ranking monarchs or video games. Instead, we are going to be ranking fruits. Yes, you heard me. Now at a grocery store. Okay, yeah guys, I'm running out of ideas. But fruits come in many shapes and sizes, and obviously, as you can see here, we got apples, oranges, you know, they come in all shapes and sizes. On a tier list today, I'm gonna head back home so I can get to the website, start ranking them. Now, there's obviously a lot of fruits in the world, so we're probably not gonna be able to rank all of them, but obviously, taste-wise, you know, some are different than others. You got bananas, apples, you know, there are plenty of options. So, without further ado, let's go. He goes, wah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to jump right into this. Now, I'm wearing the same shirt as I did in one of the previous videos. I do change my, I change my clothes on occasion. Okay, guys, I don't just wear the same thing all the time every day. This is, I know, but get the disclaimer out of the way. Today, obviously, we're going to be ranking fruits. I'm just going to get straight into this, and I'm going to say up front, I didn't pull this list up until now, and I'm pretty happy with the tiers. We have S, A, B, C, D, F, and need to try. Now, obviously, there are a lot of fruits in the world, like I said. Sorry if I was a little bit quiet. I was kind of a little bit embarrassed for filming in public, especially because there are a bunch of people watching me, but it's fine. Because, you know, you just got to power through them. But, man, I saw people I knew working there, so that's always a joy. Anyhow, obviously, there's a lot of fruits, and I don't know every single fruit to ever step foot on the face of the earth. I don't think they step foot on, but anyway. I don't know every fruit, and there's a lot in here that I don't know, so I'm going to put them in the need to try slot. There's a handful of these. I know, like, the really, really popular ones, I guess. Some of these I might know, and I just don't know it because they look weird in the picture. But I can tell you, we'll just go down the line here, and I'll be honest, there's a lot of these I've never even seen in my life. But fruits, guys. Lydia was supposed to be in this video, but she's not feeling too well today, so it is what it is. So I got a bunch of Pokemon cards, custom cards right here. So if you guys want to come to my meet and greet, that's on June 16th and 17th. So be sure to head out to there. All right, let's get started here. So the first thing on the list, we have an apple. All right, apples, in my opinion, pretty solid fruit. You can make a lot with apples. You know, apple pie, apple juice, apple cider. There's, you know, you can eat them sliced up. You can just eat a plain old apple, and there's different types of apples, like green apples and whatnot. So I think it's a very versatile fruit. Now, just an apple on its own, I don't know how I want to rank these. If I want to rank these by what you can do with them or just the fruit on their own. I'm just going to say the entire fruit as a whole. So on its own, apple is still a pretty tasty thing. I'd say because of its versatility, we're going to put it at an A tier, okay? I think an apple is a very solid fruit. Everybody knows apple. And when you think of a fruit, an apple is almost the first thing that comes to your mind, at least for me. The first fruit that I think of is an apple all the time. And it's very versatile, and it's very tasty. I don't think it's quite S tier because sometimes if you're not in the mood for an apple, it won't really do the trick for you. But I do think it's a pretty good fruit, especially on levels of some of these other ones. Next up, we have, I have no freaking idea what this thing is. I'm going to try to figure it out, though. So I'm going to pull up a Google Lens on my phone, and we're going to see if Google Lens can figure out what this thing is, and I'll let you know if I've had it before. Scan with my camera. That looks to be an apricot. An apricot. To safely say that, I mean, I've been around a while. I've probably eaten it before. I just can't recall. So I can't really rank that one. Next up is an avocado. Now, avocados are an interesting story for me. I don't know, because I think they're pretty good most of the time, but I think they're just really weird tasting also. I think they're pretty good, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes you're really just not feeling them. I think on the scale of most fruits, because I like most fruits, I think the avocado's got to be... I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this, because avocados are pretty good. But I think I got to give avocado a C tier. I think it's a C tier fruit. I don't know. You know, I might throw it in D. I think I'm going to throw it in D. It's pretty tasteless. It's good on, like, sandwiches. But, man, looking at some of these other options we have, it's really got to be a D tier fruit. It's really not all that, in my opinion. Avocado. Next up is a banana. Now, bananas are freaking amazing. Bananas are S tier. I don't care what you say. Bananas. Bananas are clear S tier. One of the greatest fruits. There's so much there. You can slip on the peel for some lulz. You know, banana split. You got, you know, chocolate covered bananas are pretty good. I don't know if anybody's ever had a chocolate covered banana, but it's good. Bananas on their own. Usually this is one of the few fruits that doesn't really need to be refrigerated, and you can pretty much sit it out in the open air and it'll be good for a very long time. And even when it's not ripe, you can still eat it. You can even eat the peel if you want. I think bananas are really cool because I you know, there's a lot of times where I'm just like moseying around my kitchen and I'm like, what is there to eat? I don't feel like getting out a big meal or anything, and I just see the bananas sitting there and I'm like, man, looking good. So I do love bananas. I like bananas more than most people do. I think it's a clear S tier fruit. I don't know if it's my favorite fruit of all time, but I think it's very good. I love bananas. I don't think it's my favorite of all time, but I think it's pretty dang good. Next up we have blackberries. Okay, blackberries. Yeah. I think I'm gonna throw them in C. They're not the greatest fruit out there, and that's for sure. They kind of taste bitter if they're not ripe enough. What's good about them is around where I live, you can pretty much find wild blackberries. I don't know if raspberries are on here or not, but they're pretty much in the same... Oh, we have raspberries right here. I think we're going to also put raspberries in... Well, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll wait till we get to them. But blackberries, I think, just got to be in a C tier. You know, you got blackberry cobbler, which you can make with it. But outside of that, it's not very versatile. And blackberries on their own are okay. I mean, they're not the greatest fruit of all time. They're okay as a side, but if I'm going to get a side as a fruit, blackberries would be one of my last choices. They do have a good amount of juice in them, and they can be spicy if you're looking for some bitterness. Sometimes they're just too bitter. I think that's why they got to be in a C. I don't think they're as bad as an avocado, though, but I think they got to be in a C. Next up is blueberries. Blueberries, ugh. Very mixed bag for me. I think, for the purposes of this, you know, I think I'm going to drop blackberries in C tier. Or D. I think I'm going to drop them in D. Because I think the blueberries need to be in a C tier. I've not been the biggest blueberry guy in my life, to be honest with you. I've never hated blueberries or anything like that. But like blueberry flavored items, like blueberry muffins, stuff like that, they're not bad. They've just never been my favorite in like almost any circumstance. I would always pick a chocolate chip muffin over a blueberry muffin anytime. And blueberries on their own, they're decent. They're just really small and stuff. They're okay. They're just okay. And C tier is okay. I think they're better than avocados and blackberries. I think right now if I was going to eat one of those three, I'd eat a blueberry right off the bat. If I was going to eat anything right now, it'd probably be banana. Next up, I think this is cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is an interesting story. I think I'm going to throw cantaloupe in a B because it's lacking a little bit of juice. There's not as much juice in it, but the flavor is really nice. I actually really enjoy the flavor of cantaloupe. I think it's a very underrated fruit, and it looks pretty cool too. I like the shell, the covering. It looks like kind of like a brain in a way. I do enjoy me some cantaloupe. I don't think it's as good as an apple, but I think for what it is, it's going there. Actually, do we have tomatoes on this list? I don't know, because it's kind of debatable if tomatoes are fruits or not. Okay, next up are cherries. Cherries, okay. I love cherries. I think cherries are going to be an A tier. I think cherry is going to be an A tier for me. Okay? I know there's a lot of people out there that do not like cherries, but cherries, personally, for me, are just the cherry on top. Whoa! I'm on a roll today, boys. Alright, so, they taste great on their own. You can put them on milkshakes, but the thing that makes these so good is cherries are, they're pretty much in high demand all the time. I mean, people are always looking for these. They're so versatile. Cherry flavored desserts are just amazing. Honestly, in my opinion, cherries are some of the most, and we're talking about versatility for fruits, and a lot of them need to be, and it's really common because, you know, in desserts, it's all sugar mostly, so putting in a healthy fruit item is useful, and I think I'm going to give cherry an A tier just because how versatile it is. I don't think it's good enough to worthy an S tier, but I think A is a good place for it. Next up is, I don't even freaking know what this is. Those are not carrots. I have no clue what that is. I've never even seen that in my life. So let's pull up Google Lens and let's see if I've heard the name of it before. Because I've heard of an apricot before, just never had one. Or at least I can't remember having one. Alright. This thing is going to be, well, let me zoom into where it's like. Alright guys, give me just a sec here. I'm looking it up. That is a cloudberry. I have never heard of a cloudberry in my life. And it kind of depends on where you live, because I live in the northern U.S., so a lot of these fruits you might only get in the southern parts or maybe only in other continents. So some of these, like the cloudberry and the apricot, I've just really never had the chance to try before, so I can't really say. Next up is a coconut. I'm sorry. Coconut's an F tier for me. I do not like coconuts. I think it's fun to say the word coconut, but that's about all it has going for it, and I don't think its name is going to save it. I've never actually physically had a coconut. I've never had coconut milk, and I've heard that's pretty good. I've never had coconut milk in my life. I know I'm not even the biggest milk guy. I don't really like milk. I like dairy products, but I don't like milk too much. And coconuts, on their own, I don't know if you'd be able to eat that. And, you know, coconut flavored candy, coconut pie, it's just never really been a big fan of mine. I mean, I'll eat it if you like drench it in whipped cream and chocolate icing, but that's the only way I'm going to eat it. Coconut pie, coconut cream pie, or anything like that, or the Mound candy bars would be like my last choice of anything. You know, when I was a kid and going trick-or-treating and people would give me Mounds for, you know, as candy, I was like, who actually thinks this stuff is good? Because I never liked coconut stuff. And my mom, shout outs to my mom. I don't ever talk about my mom in videos, but I think she likes it a lot. And so there's a lot of times where when I was a kid that we'd have coconut flavored stuff and I would never eat it because I just don't like coconuts at all. So very interesting there. That's just my take on coconuts. You learned something today. Mario Plush Bros hates coconuts. And also when you're in the islands, I'm sure Island card collector, if he's watching this right now. If you get hit in the head with one of those, you're done for dinner. Okay? If you get hit in the head with a banana, you're probably alright. Coconut? No. Now, I know there's other fruits like watermelons and cantaloupes that you probably don't want to get hit in the head by either, but, you know, coconuts, they're more commonly to fall out of trees. Okay, next up is whatever this freaking thing is. I have no idea what this is. Okay, these next, several fruits I have never seen in my life. And again, it's because of the region I live in or where I grew up or whatever, but I don't really know. This red thing is a transparent cranberry. Okay, so a cranberry. We'll just say it's a cranberry. I have had cranberries before. I can rank this. Okay, Thanksgiving's a very common time to eat cranberry juice, cranberry sauce, but I don't think I'd ever really want to eat a cranberry on its own. I think cranberry juice, cranberry jelly, I don't even know what it is. I think it's pretty good, but I'm kind of debating between C and D for cranberries. Would I rather have cranberry juice? I think I'm going to give it a I like cranberry juice. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's pretty good. I think I'm going to give it a C for now. I might change that later. But I think for now, cranberries are going to be C tier fruit. I think I like them more than blackberries. I think I'd rather have a cranberry than blackberry. I think it is lower than a blueberry, but it's not a tier lower. It's just a little bit lower. I'd rather have a blueberry than a cranberry. But I'd rather have a cranberry than a blackberry. If that makes any sense. But I don't think cranberries are worth the D tier. I don't think they're as bad as avocados or blackberries. So, there you go. Next fruit item here is whatever this freaking thing is. What even is that? It looks like a walnut. That could be a walnut. I actually wouldn't be surprised because walnuts, I think nuts are fruits. That is a... What is that? Fruits, a wall decal, a white. I can't figure out what that is. What is that? It's a dates fruit is what it's called. I've never had a dates fruit in my life. I've actually never heard of it, so I'm going to put that need to try. Next up, maybe I could do like a video where I just taste all these weird fruits. I don't know. They're probably hard to get, so... Alright, let's do another lens on this thing here. You know, I feel like I've seen this before somewhere. I've seen this before. I don't know what it is, though. Some tropical thing, most likely. That is a pitaya. Pitaya. I've definitely heard of a pitaya before, but I can't ever recall eating one. Not saying I've never eaten one, but I can't give an opinion on it without... I mean, I could just judge it how it looks. I think it looks pretty mid. Sorry. And then we got this thing. I know I've seen this before. I have no idea what this is, though. I don't know what these next, two are. I have an idea of what that is. That's not an orange. Okay. What is this? That green thing, that green spiky thing, is not a sea urchin. That is a durian. A durian. Never had a durian. Oh, those are in Zelda. You can actually get those in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I've never had one in real life, so I can't really rank it. In Zelda, it's an okay item, I guess. I mean, they're all just there. I'm sure it's in Tears of the Kingdom, too. And then this thing. Is this like a fig or something? I don't know if that's too big or not. I don't even know if that's a fruit, but it looks like a fig. But I don't know what this thing is here. Let's figure it out. This is a ficus. A fig, boss. It is a fig. Okay, I've never had a fig before, and I've had fig flavored items before, like fig bars. I've had a fig bar, and I've had fig flavored dipping sauce, and it's just, probably D is probably a good place to put it. I've had it before, and I just think it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it is really just a strange fruit, in my opinion. It is a really strange fruit. And for me, the definition of a good fruit is something juicy and sweet. So we've actually yet to see that. Because my idea of juicy and sweet are coming up. They're still not here yet. There are two major fruits that are my favorite that are juicy and sweet. And then there's another one that's juicy and sweet that's going to be probably an A tier. I'm kind of just going with this. I didn't have anything scripted. I'm just kind of going with it. I think this is a mango. No, that might be. But I could be wrong. I don't know what this is. I'm going to figure it out. And boy, do I got some mixed feelings on mango, if this is a mango. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a grape. Is it grapefruit? Is that what that is? That might be grapefruit. I don't think that's a mango, actually. Could be. I don't really know. Grapefruit. So it's a grapefruit. I think I've had grapefruit flavored drinks before, but I can't really remember much about them. I think I'm going to give it a need to try, though. I don't think I could properly rank that one. I know I've had grapefruit flavored drinks in my life at some point. I just can't really recall. I can kind of recall having them, but I can't really remember what they tasted like enough to rank it. Next up is grapes. I know grapes. Grapes are awesome. I don't think they're quite cherry apple levels. I think grapes are a good B tier fruit. Grape juice is amazing. And there's something you can just have a lot of. They're nice and juicy, which I like, and there's different types of grapes. I think outside of grape juice and grape, I mean, you can do raisins. You can do chocolate-covered raisins. It's kind of making me want to say A for grapes. Let's see what else we got down here. I think grapes. Ooh. Do I want to give them an A? Part of me wants to give them an A. Part of me wants to give them a B. I think I'm going to have them in B for now because I don't think they're really... I don't think it's on the same levels of apples and cherries, though. I think I'm going to leave it in a B for now. I love grapes, and I'm kind of concerned. But I think on their own, they're great. I think if we were just judging these fruits on their own, I think grapes would probably be A tier. But we're talking versatility. Outside of grape juice and grape and raisins and like everything else, apples and cherries are just so freaking versatile that I don't think grapes can compete with them. That's just kind of what I'm saying. This thing here, I actually have no idea what this is. That could be a... I played Plants vs. Zombies a good amount. I actually beat Plants vs. Zombies 2 with Marlene. So I know, like I've seen a lot of these before, because a lot of the plants are fruits. I think that's a, I don't know what that is actually. Let's see what that is. I've probably seen it before. That is a guava. Oh yeah, the lava guava plant. Never had a guava, at least as far as I'm aware. So I can't really rank that one. A lot of the tropical fruits can't really rank. I believe this, what is that? Because that's a kiwi. We already did cantaloupe, unless this is like green cantaloupe. If that's green cantaloupe, because I know you can get it green. Or is this just like cantaloupe that's not ripe? I think orange cantaloupe is superior to green cantaloupe, though. That is a Japanese melon. Japanese melon. Don't think I've ever had that before. So we're going to put it in need to try. Next up is this thing. No idea what that is. That looks horrible, by the way. That looks really bad. I'm not a big fan of seeds in everything either. I don't really like seeds in all the fruit. That's not really kind of my thing. What the crap is that? That looks really, really weird. I don't know, I'm a weird looking fruit too, guys, but man, that's an interesting one. That is a Kiwano. Horned melon? Kiwano. That's a Kiwano. They're popular in the UK, so if any of you guys are from Britain or the UK or Scotland or anything like that, you've probably had that before. Over here in the US, I don't think we really have those. And sometimes items just don't get shipped to the US because we don't want them. Maybe we don't want them for good reason. I don't know. Next up is a kiwi. This is weird because kiwis, I feel like I can't not rank it, but I feel like I don't think I've ever had a regular kiwi on set. Now, Capri Suns, if anybody's ever had a Capri Sun, I freaking grew up on those drinks. Most of them were kiwi flavored. What are you thinking? Thinking C tier? I think C is a good place for a kiwi. Throw it in C tier. Might as well. I think that's a good place for it. Alright. Next up is a lemon. Alright. Ugh, okay, this is going to be interesting. Lemons are very controversial. And limes. We got lemons and limes right here. These are kind of really weird fruits because eating a lemon on its own, I don't know who in the right mind would just sit there and eat a lemon. But I probably would. But on the grand scheme of things, lemonade. Okay, we got lemonade though. That is keeping it from being. Oh, lemon's so hard to rank because lemon juice is amazing, but eating a lemon on its own is just not. It's really just there to give you a little tint of spice to your like drink, like if you do lemon drinks, lemonade. You know, putting the lemon in your water or whatnot. But a lemon on its own is like the epitome of an F-tier fruit. And lemon flavored drinks are only good sometimes. I don't think like lemon flavored Coke is very good. I've actually had that. Lemon Coke. Yeah, gross. I had that at when I did the Wendy's restaurant review. Sorry for the plug, but yes. Ugh, lemons are very tough to rank. I feel like just because of what they are, I think it got to be C tier plus. I think we need a lot of C's. It's not. If it was lemonade, it would be S tier because I freaking love lemonade. But lemons on their own are just. It's a lemon. It's a freaking lemon. Who would just sit there and eat a lemon? Would anybody, I want to know in the comments, would anybody, if they're hungry and they have a whole refrigerator of fruits available to them, would grab a lemon and eat it? I don't know who would do that. So I think lemon's just going to be C. Plus I think we should have a lot of C's. Next up is a lime. Now limes are very similar to lemons. They're different flavored. But they're also very sour, just like lemons are. It's just going to come down to preference. Do you prefer lemons or limes? Lemon, lime, you know, both at the same time. Let's say we can't choose both. I think lemons are a little bit superior to limes, in my opinion. I don't like limonade that much. Lime-flavored drinks are not. Lime-flavored drinks are very, you're kind of playing with fire because sometimes it can be a hit. Sometimes it'll be horrible. Limes can ruin something. Lemons have a less chance of ruining something than a lime does. And again, a lime on its own, I don't know who in the right mind would eat a lime on its own. Or a lemon on its own. Like most of these fruits I can see. Like blueberries, blackberries, grapes, cherries, apples, bananas. Like you'd eat those on their own. A lemon and a lime, I don't really know. I think a lime has got to be worse than a lemon, but is it a tier lower than a lemon? I'm just going to throw a lime at D. Nothing personal on a lime. I just think a lime is just. They're juicy. But I don't think they're as good as lemons. I think I'm just going to put them in a D because I want to distinguish them from lemons a little bit much instead of throwing them in there. And I'm just going to say what. I think a lemon is better than a lime, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Don't take it personal. I don't mind lime flavored drinks as much. I'm just not the biggest lime guy. Just plain and simple. Next up we got this thing. I don't really know what this is. I think this is a mango here though. The rest I might know. I don't know what even is that. That was like a bomb from Mario games. A bomb. Okay. This red thing that looks like an egg is a lychee. It's a lychee is what it's called. Yeah, I never had a lychee before. Some of these are PNG and then some of them are not. I think this is a mango, but just to make sure, because I don't think that's a peach. I think this is a peach. But just to make sure, I'm going to Google Lens it. But I think that's a mango. And I have a mixed feelings on mangoes. There's things I love about them, things I hate about them. Well, I don't want, no, I want Google Lens, not microphone. Alright, I think that's a mango. That is not what I'm trying to do. Papaya? Is that a papaya? No, it's not papaya. That's a papaya. This has got to be a mango, right? It's not an apricot. We already had apricot. tropical peach. I don't think that's a peach. I think that's a peach. It's saying that's a peach. No, this is a peach. That's a mango. Okay, that is a mango. Oh, whew. I'm just going to drop the mic right now. I'm going to drop the bomb right now. I don't like the taste of mangoes. I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't. I know a lot of people do. And mango flavored drinks I don't like. I've had mango flavored Diet Pepsi. If you want to talk about one of the worst ways to drink a Pepsi, is mango flavored. Like, we'd be at the school. I remember I was in 8th grade at the time, and we had, like, before jazz band existed, we had like what was called stage band. And I was back when Mr. Rodish was the director. And me and my son, Kingy Beagie, we'd go and get drinks. And I remember the machine being empty. The drink machine being completely empty. And we'd go over there, and the only drink that they had in there, because our school does not do regular pops, they only have diet drinks, was Diet Pepsi. Mango flavored. Mango flavored Diet Pepsi. And I remember thinking, oh man, I'm so thirsty. And you know when you're thirsty, you'll drink pretty much anything. I didn't even drink that. I took a bite and was like, I didn't take a bite. I took a drink and I was like, who would actually drink that? And then my son, and then Kingy Beagie drank the whole thing down. I think. I don't even really remember that, but I just remember it tasting like horrible. And I've had mango smoothies, and you're just not. I give them a chance. I just had one the other week. I don't know. I think I'm going to give him an F tier. Yeah, I just put a mango in an F tier, guys. I'm very sorry, but I think I'd rather have a blackberry or a lime than a mango. I've never had a mango on its own. I know people love mangoes. I do not like mangoes that much. I'm not the biggest, like, that kind of flavor. And you'll see what I mean when we get to oranges, too, because I'm not the biggest orange guy, either. Oranges and mangoes, I think oranges is next. Yeah, because this, I don't know what this is. Let's just see, by chance, if I can figure out what this is, and maybe I've had it before. I don't really know what the heck that could be. That is a mangosteen. Mangosteen. Oh, never heard of mangosteen. Okay, oranges. Oranges fall in the same category as mangoes. But unlike mangoes, I think oranges are a little bit more tasteful, and sometimes I'm in the mood. I think an orange, like, eating a raw orange, I would literally do that. I think that's one of the greatest ways to eat an orange. I've never been the biggest fan of orange flavored items. Like orange juice, I've always liked the taste of orange juice. It's just, I get stomach aches every time I drink orange juice, so I don't drink orange juice. Same thing with apple juice. When I drink apple juice and orange juice, I just get a stomach ache for some reason. The drinks are so acidic and my stomach can't handle it for some reason. But it can handle, pretty much everything else. It's just orange juice really messes with it. So I used to get orange juice for breakfast every day at school back in the day, and I stopped doing that because it just gave me a stomach ache every single day, and I don't know how it happened. And then they stopped serving orange juice for some reason. Like, oh, maybe I was like the only person who did. I don't freaking know. But oranges, I like orange Fanta. I like orange sodas. Orange Gatorade is horrible. Okay, I don't care what you say. Orange Gatorade sucks. This is fruit punch Gatorade. So fruit. I don't know what's in it. Probably cherry or something like that. Strawberries or something like that. I don't really know. Yeah, oranges. Yeah. I feel like it's a sin to put an orange in an F tier, but I think I'm gonna have to give an orange D tier. I like orange flavored sodas, and I think that's literally it. I like oranges on their own. I'm kind of leaning D. Nah, I'm gonna lean C. I'd rather have an orange than a lime or a blackberry or an avocado. Alright, I'll give it a C. I'll give orange a C tier. It's about the same level as a kiwi, blueberry, lemon. Yeah, it's about there. I'd give orange a C, nothing more than that. This is a papaya. I really don't know if I've ever really had a papaya. I know I've had a papaya before. I'm sure, or a papaya flavored thing. I just really couldn't tell you. I couldn't give an opinion on it. Next up, we got whatever this thing is. That looks really weird. That looks kind of gross. Again, I don't really like seeds in my stuff. Just kind of personal preference. By the way, I probably should have said this at the beginning, but this is all my personal opinion. If you want to attack me in the comments, go ahead. Let me know what your favorite fruit is in the comments. This is a passion fruit. Passion fruit. I've definitely heard that before. I don't think I've ever had it. Ooh, I might have had passion fruit. Yeah, I can't rank it. What is that? Huh. What is that? Huh. Next up is a peach. Okay. Peaches are kind of... I think they're going to be C. I think I'm going to throw a peach in a C tier. Peaches are okay. They're not bad by any means. But I don't think there's anything too special about them. So I think C tier is a fair place to put a peach. You know, Princess Peach too, so that's kind of up there. So peaches are like it. Peaches, 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 peaches. I actually tried to play that for a jazz band solo, as an improvised solo. I tried to play the Peaches from the Mario movie. I think that Jack Black sings as Bowser. That song is really cringe, by the way. Anyway, that's a peach. Peach is going to be in C tier. Next up is a pear. We're hitting up all the Animal Crossing fruits now, guys. Oranges, peaches, apples, and pears. We have all the Animal Crossing. Oh, and coconuts. Pears are awesome. I think pears are underrated. Pear deserves to be in a B tier. Come on. Pears are awesome, guys. Everybody craps on pears, and I know they get a little bit sticky, but I kind of have like a nostalgic value for pears because my grandfather had when I was growing up, had a pear tree in his front yard, and we'd always go out there and get pears off the tree. It's kind of just the memories of that. And he had like a swing that he would like twist it up when I was like 1 or 2 years old and scared the crap out of me. And yeah, I'm scarred for. He kind of scarred me for life after that, but it was always fun. I was like, and then like it'd be so much fun after it was done. It was like so weird. But yeah, we always used to get pears out from that tree. So, and I think the taste of pears are pretty cool. People like. I know pears can be pretty tasteless when they're not ripe. But if you can get that ripe pear that's nice and juicy, man, it's got a good taste to it. They're really juicy too. I think pears are pretty good. I think I would pick it over any of these, personally. Now I've kind of seen what it is with fruits because there's a lot of fruits that are really bad. And there's a lot of fruits that are really good, and all these fruits are not artificial foods. They literally grow naturally somewhere. So that's cool. Oh, here we go, boys. Pineapples. Pineapples. Oh, S tier. Oh my gosh. One of the sweetest fruits. Pineapples are juicy as freaking heck. I love pineapples. Pineapple flavored items, but mainly just pineapples on their own. It's been told, you know, the golder the better. And we had the other day a bunch of pineapples. They're amazing. Pineapples are amazing. I think they're above bananas. I'm not going to give an SSS plus tier on this tier list just because I don't feel strongly enough about any of these fruits. But I think a pineapple is definitely S tier. It's better than an apple and a cherry. It's also pretty versatile. So it's on. I think it's better than banana. So pineapples are awesome. Pineapples are awesome. Next up, we got this thing. I know these 4. I don't know these 2 fruits though. Let's see what this is. That is a plum. I don't think I've ever really had a plum before. I feel like I should have had by this point in my life had a plum, but no, never had. And next up is this thing. I know what the rest are. I haven't had the rest. There's one of these 4 that I haven't had before, but which is the star fruit right here. So next up we have watermelon, strawberry, star fruit, and raspberry. I don't know what this is. That is a pomegranate. Oh. Ooh. I think I've had a pomegranate, actually. I think I've had enough. I feel like I could maybe give an opinion on the pomegranate. Okay, okay. It's really just a weird tasting thing. I don't think it's like really that bad. I think it's going to be D tier for me. I'm going to throw a pomegranate in D tier. I don't think it's as bad as like coconuts and stuff. But it ain't good. I don't think it's as bad as a mango. I really don't think it's like that bad. But then I haven't had enough of it, so I feel like it could drop to F. But I think F tier is too mean for it, especially because I haven't had enough of it. I've had enough to rank it, so I think D tier is just a nice place for it. Next up is raspberries. Raspberries have got to be D as I don't know. Could be C. Raspberries are difficult for me to rank because I think they're really bitter, just like blackberries. I think they're a little bit more soothing on the tongue than blackberries are. I do like raspberry flavored drinks. I think they're pretty spicy. Raspberries on their own are probably... I don't know if they could really be a D. I think I like them more than blackberries. I think I'm going to give raspberries a C tier. I'm going to put raspberries in C tier. Because there's a lot you can do, and I really like raspberry flavored desserts and raspberry flavored drinks more than I like blackberry flavored desserts. I think on its own, blackberries and raspberries are pretty much in the same boat. If you would have asked me like 7 years ago if I preferred raspberries or blackberries, like when I was a kid, I would have probably almost always have said blackberries. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of lean more team raspberry than blackberries. Personally, it's tough. When I was a kid, I liked blackberries more, but nowadays raspberries a little bit more. I really see them as very similar to each other. Next up is a star fruit. Now, star fruits, if we're talking Plants vs. Zombies levels, are S tier, but star fruits don't actually shoot stars out their corners and kill zombies in real life. Never actually had a star fruit. I'd like to try it. It looks pretty tasty. But I don't know. It kind of looks sour, but I doubt it is. It's kind of, I don't know, it looks like one of those fruits. Okay, next two are amazing. Next up is a strawberry. Second to last, we got strawberries and watermelons. These are amazing, okay? Strawberry on its own is very good. I don't think it's as good as a cherry and an apple on its own. But chocolate, think about everything that comes with strawberry. Strawberry shortcake, like dessert. Chocolate covered strawberries. Okay. A tier. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't think it deserves an S because strawberries on their own, I like them. I love strawberries on their own. I'd rather have a strawberry than a grape. But I think, I don't know, I'd rather have them than a cherry. But I think they're pretty close to apples, honestly. They hit you. They hit you. I think I'd rather have a strawberry plain than a cherry or an apple plain. And they're very similar. These three are just iconic. Very versatile. Strawberries are awesome. Anybody hates on strawberries, they're just kind of, what are you doing, man? Strawberries are awesome. And last but not least, certainly not least, because I think it might be number one for me, is a watermelon. Watermelon's S tier for me. Oh my god, I love watermelons. Holy crap. These are juicy as all heck goes. You know, there's seeds in them, but I don't even care. I eat the seeds, even the black ones. What's my favorite fruit, you might ask? Well, it's got to be either a watermelon or a pineapple. Right now, I think a pineapple, just because I haven't had a watermelon for a while, but you know, I love when we do like events and there'd be like pineapples there, like a swimming, like when we're out by the pool and parties and whatever. Just like swim, like for Lydia's birthday or whatever. Pineapples or watermelons out there. Watermelons are awesome. I also love watermelon flavored drinks. A lot of these, if you haven't noticed, fruits are put in drinks a lot. Watermelon flavored items, I think, are pretty good. Yeah. I love watermelons. They're amazing. I wouldn't recommend eating them. Like pineapples and watermelons, I don't recommend eating, like taking a bite out of just a literal watermelon and just biting it, because that'd probably hurt you, or a pineapple. But hey, I think they're really good. So that's going to conclude the tier list. Let's review here. So in S tier we have bananas, pineapples, and watermelons. A tier we have apples, cherries, and strawberries. B tier is cantaloupe, grapes, and pears. C tier, blueberries, cranberries, kiwi, lemon, orange, peach, and raspberries. D tier is avocado, blackberry, fig, lime and pomegranate. And then in F tier, we have coconuts and mangoes. And then need to try are the rest. So let me know down in the comments below what your favorite fruit is and what you agree and disagree with. Just a little bit thing there. And make sure to come out to the meet and greet on June 16th and 17th. I'm going to Detroit here in a couple of days, so Detroit Trilogy is coming soon as well. So a lot of good videos. Let me know what you thought about this. If you want to see more videos like this, maybe I can do a vegetable tier list. And also today we learned that a tomato is not a fruit. And I hate coconuts and mangoes. I love watermelons, pineapples, bananas. Those are my favorite. But let me know what your favorite is down in the comments below. And with that all said and done, be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Wow.